You are probably in a debt trap right now, and it's not your fault. The real danger, it's hidden in plain sight, and most people never see it until it is too late. In this video, I will talk about 8 hidden debt traps that ruin lives, and more importantly, how you can avoid them. But first and foremost, help me grow this channel by subscribing. Welcome on board. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a debt trap? A debt trap is a financial situation where the more you try to escape debt, the deeper you fall into it. It's like trying to dig your way out of a hole. You only go further down. And here is the thing. Most people don't even realize they are in one because it looks normal. You wake up, you go to work, you earn money, you pay bills, you swipe your card, you borrow just a little to cover that thing that you couldn't afford, then you repeat again and again. It feels like you are making progress until you look up one day and realize that your money disappears before the month ends and you can't even remember where it all went. That is not a budgeting problem, okay? That is not just life is hard like they say. That is a systemic trap. So let me break it down. The number one debt trap is the monthly payment trap. It is one of the sneakiest debt traps, and it is the idea that if you can afford the monthly payment, you can afford the thing. No, that is how many people end up financing phones, TVs, furniture, and even clothes. You won't believe it. You tell yourself it's just 20k monthly, I can manage that. But what you don't realize is that you have just made a long-term commitment to something that loses value the moment you get it. Meanwhile, you pay more than double the price over time and your income doesn't increase. Monthly payments feel manageable, but they slowly eat away at your cash flow. And when you run into an emergency, there is no breathing room because you have to borrow again. Debt breeds more debts. The second debt trap is the buy now, pay later scheme. And yes, those tempting zero interest or pay in 4 options. Yeah, they sound like smart choices, right? But they train your mind to believe that you can afford more than you actually can. They normalize living off future money. The danger is psychological. You stop feeling the weight of a purchase, and suddenly you have 5 or 6 of those small payments running at once. Individually, they look very harmless, but together they become a mountain. And here is the worst part of it. The companies that offer these plans, they know this and they bank on it. The third trap is the salary advance illusion. Yes, it's a hidden trap. At first, they look like a lifeline. You borrow part of your own salary, then you repay it with a fee. It's like borrowing from your future self at a cost. But this is how it gets dangerous. You start relying on next month's money for this month's expenses. So every month, you start behind every single month. You are running a race, but every time you reach the start line, you are already tired and in debt. It becomes a cycle, and it feels almost impossible to break. The fourth debt trap is the credit cards without a plan trap. In some cases, these cards aren't as popular, but for those who use them, the danger is real. The freedom to swipe now and think later is one of the biggest reasons people fall into silent spiraling debt. It's not about the interest rate, no, it's about habits, because without a payment strategy, you're just buying time and paying for it. And when repayment becomes inconsistent, that is when penalties start to pile up. It's a trap that hides behind convenience. The fifth trap is the lifestyle debt trap, and this one is always very tough to admit because sometimes the debt trap comes not from emergencies or poor planning, but from trying to look okay, looking like you're doing well, wearing the right outfits, attending the right events, owning the latest gadgets, posting the right pictures. You borrow for weddings, you take loans for O&Bs, you swipe to impress, but nobody claps for you when you are paying 30% interest on an outfit that you'll wear just once, and nobody bails you out when the debt comes knocking. Let me be very clear. It's not vanity. It is a result of societal pressure or the silent competition in our communities of trying to prove that you are doing well even when you know that you are struggling. The sixth trap is inflation and stagnant income trap. Now, let's talk about the silent enemy, inflation. Your salary stays the same, but prices climb all the time. Bread used to be like 300 naira, now is over 1,000 naira. Your income has not doubled, but your cost of living has more than doubled. So you stretch, you sacrifice, you borrow just a little to keep things going on. But every time you fill that gap with debt, you widen it. And because you're not, earning more, you can't ever really repay. You're just moving money around, robbing Peter so you can pay Paul. The seventh debt trap I'll talk about here is the family and cultural debt. And this one is actually very subtle, but very real as well. You get guilt-tripped into funding things that you can't really afford, and you're working now. You should support your cousins where they, stuff like that. Or your parents expect you to handle rent, bills, school fees, sometimes for extended family members. You love them after all, and you want to help them. But sometimes the pressure becomes a financial prison for you, and saying no in our culture can feel like betrayal. Yes, I've been there before. So you borrow to keep face, you take loans to solve people's problems, and now your own financial future is on pause. That, my friend, is a debt trap. Then the last trap I'll talk about here is the microloans and quick cash app trap. They look very innocent, fast, convenient, low interest at first. But when repayment delays hit, hey, the interest multiplies and the calls start coming in. They embarrass you, they call your contacts, they mess with your peace, and all because of 10K, 20K, 30K here and there. Now, what you thought was a solution now becomes shame, and that is not help. It's a trap. So how do you escape? Let me be honest with you. There is no magic switch, but there are steps, clear ones. So let's go through them one by one. Step 1, track everything. If you can't see your money, you can't control it. List your income, list your debts, list every expense, even the 100 naira snacks that you want to buy. Awareness, they say, is the beginning of freedom. Step 2, stop borrowing, even if it is tough. Pause, okay? Even if it means saying no, even if it means looking broke, you must stop digging if you want to climb out. Step 3, cut ruthlessly. If it is not essential, then it goes. This may mean unsubscribing, downgrading, postponing events, or changing schools. Your current peace is worth more than appearances. Step 4, start an emergency fund slowly. Even 500 naira saved every week is better than 0 naira. Build a cushion, okay? So you stop turning to debt for every small crisis in your life. Step 5, increase your income skills, side hustles, selling things, asking for a raise. Whatever you do, create financial breathing room, because no matter how well you manage expenses, you can't win if your income never grows. Step 6, get financial literacy. Watch videos like this, read, follow credible voices, understand how money works so you stop being played, because the trap only works when you don't know you are in it in the first place. On the very last note, you are not lazy, you are not irresponsible, you're just stuck in a system that profits from your own confusion. But here is the truth. Once you see the trap, you are halfway out of it, and from this point on, everything changes, because now you are aware. Death doesn't scare me as much as silence does. People suffer in silence for years, ashamed, tired, and stuck. But if this video helped even one person open his eyes and say, wait, I've been caught too, then we are making progress. If this video helped you, like it, share it, tag someone who needs it. And if you are serious about breaking free and building wealth from the ground up, then hit that subscribe button. There is more coming on how to earn, save, and grow your money without a shame, confusion, or fear. You, my friend, are not alone. I am Ayo Jimmy. They call me Pocketnomist, and we are building smarter money habits one story at a time. Thank you.